Good evening, this is Sue Booth and welcome to the Genetic Information webinar. Just waiting really to make sure that everyone can see and hear me. If you can, please would you do me a favour and just make sure that you say yes in the box beside on the right hand side of the table or the screen, and then obviously we can get going. That would be great. Thank you. Just type in yes. If you scroll down and right at the bottom and click enter, it will actually send it to me there. So just really want to make sure that you can see the screen that I'm sharing, which says Genetic Information Webinar, and that you can hear me. One yes would be good. Well done. Thank you very much. That's brilliant. Yeah, wonderful. Great. As long as everyone can see and hear me, that's all we need to know. Right. Welcome, as I said, to the webinar tonight. My name is Sue Booth, and it's my pleasure to share with you tonight some really great information regarding Genesis' #1 selling product. Firstly, I'd like to ask you, again, if there's anyone who can't hear, just make sure that you refresh your page, and that should sort that out completely. So while we're waiting for a few more people to log on to the webinar, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Nigel and myself. Nigel's actually not with me this evening, but we've been in the industry for over 25 years and seen great success during that time. We made a kind of monumental decision about just over 2 years ago to leave our existing company that seemed to have lost their direction and their way. And really just after much searching, we found Jeunesse, or more to the point, it found us. And to be frank, it's probably been the best decision that we've ever made, which I'm thrilled about. I absolutely adore the product, and someone very sensibly sent me some serum to try, and I fell in love with it, which is always the way, isn't it? That you fall in love with a product and that's it, you're happy with it. Okay, right. It's about really creating great friendships, relationships, and making sure that you yourself, kind of really work on those relationships, because you can meet people from all over the world. And it's about giving great value and service to all who you come in contact with and helping people to achieve their goals and their dreams. And in return, you get your dreams usually as well, which is even better. Those people who I'm going to recognize tonight is Marie Andrews. And Marie lives in Cala de Mijas in Spain. Lovely lady who she and I hit it off immediately we met, which I'm really thrilled to say. And so much so we decided to move to Spain to start really working on the business with her down there. And all her hard work has paid off, because she's just gone to Pearl a couple of days ago. So Marie, we're so proud of you, and with the guidance and help of you and your amazing team, Sapphire is really just around the corner. So well done you. We're so proud. And Sapphire's a real, big leap, and a leap in earnings and a leap in position. And so her eyes are focused on that. And when I get back in June, that's where we're heading. We're kind of really going for that goal. So all of you can achieve that too. Quite simply, Marie works part-time at this, but she gives it a full-time commitment as far as her attitude to the business, which is great. Anyway, let's crack on with this evening and just really tell you a little bit about Reserve, what it does and how it helps. It comes, as you can see here, in a box of 30 sachets, and that's effectively a month's supply for one person if they're taking one per day. And if you need to take more, and if you've got an ailment or something you're trying to address, then you may need to take more products than that. So you'll have to address your order, accordingly. So let's have a look and see what it does. So what's inside these tiny little packs of power? And they are like little powerhouses. They're amazing. They taste delicious, which is even better because I can't stand hideous tasting supplements. And as I say, it's just full of power. It's got 8 main active ingredients. One of them is resveratrol. The next one's aloe vera, pomegranate juice, sweet dark cherry, blueberry, green tea, acai, and grape juice. Why so many? Because, you know, you've got to remember that these are all antioxidants, and these antioxidants are just so fantastic. But more importantly, they're really powerful antioxidants. So what do antioxidants do? Well, if I show you this picture of an apple, which has been cut in half, one side's been treated with lemon, so effectively that's an antioxidant, and that will actually protect the apple from turning brown. And the other side turns brown. So that's the oxidation that happens, or oxidation that happens when it comes into contact with the presence of oxygen. It's just a natural chemical reaction when it's in the presence of oxygen. It constantly happens throughout our bodies, even down to a DNA level. You know, the antioxidants in our body can counteract the damage that's created by oxidation, but it's really not enough. We need additional help. And this is where this comes from. This comes from the highly colored fruits that you see here. And these are all really located in the skins of these fruits, and it's primarily there to protect the fruit from oxidation as well when it's on the tree or the bush. So it's an amazing combination of exotic fruits that really help repair the DNA damage that goes on a daily basis. But you know, to reach that DNA, the sachets of reserve that we take must cross the cell membrane. And there are so few ingredients that are able to cross that cell membrane. And it has to be a combination of ingredients. It has to be making sure that it's a right combination of water and oil base to make sure that it actually crosses in through that membrane. And as I say, very, very few ingredients are able to do this. Guess what, though? We have ingredients that are perfectly balanced and, more importantly, do the job as it says. We also have lots of results, and these are proven results. We have, obviously, it's a huge amount of testimonials, and, you know, you've just got to even put in reserve testimonials into the internet, and 1,001 will come up. I've picked out a couple which I'll share with you a little bit later, but you know, there are hundreds and thousands of them, ranging from diabetes up to strokes to all sorts of different ailments. Not that it's designed to treat anything, it's a food supplement, so you need to be aware of that. But with these CAP-E tests are really, really good, and because they measure the amount that it actually, the relative antioxidant protection of the cells is as they test the product per weight. So it's actually really a way of gauging how effective that product is. And we rate pretty high, it's 37.1. So I'm more than happy with that. And results speak for themselves. Once people go on it, they usually stay on it for the works. It's great. Okay, eat less, live longer. Well, a lot of people eat too much, we know that. And the ones who eat too much probably don't live as long as the ones who eat less. But it's a known fact that if we were to eat 40% less, then we would live longer. Now again, that's an interesting concept, because when you understand that it's actually, we're out of the millions and millions of genes that we have within our system and within our body, only 10% of our genes are actually working at the same time. They switch on and they switch off. And because our bodies are such amazing machines that they do this very, very easily. The remainder of those cells and genes are actually only woken up when needed. what causes them to be needed? Well, when we say eat less and live longer, you know, calorie restriction is one of those things that actually wakes up some of those genes. And so, you know, you think about it, if you're going to starve yourself, all of a sudden that survival gene kicks in and stores absolutely everything that you've got. And the reason it's doing that is because it's worried that you're not going to have enough to survive. Starving really isn't a very sensible option. I think we could probably do it, each of us could do it for a few days, but after that it becomes a little bit more of a concern. So starving isn't really an option available to us. This is where reserve can help. And reserve really works in a special way. And, you know, when I first started taking it, I didn't take it every single day. And it was actually Marie who actually said to me, oh my goodness, I've lost so much weight just on the reserve. And I went, really? Well, I said, I think I better take more of it. So it's really quite interesting how it affects different people in different ways. What's in this? Well, we've talked about, you know, kind of resveratrol. And resveratrol is one of the things that's in red wine. And from the skin of the red grape, which produces the red wine, are things called polyphenols. And polyphenols are a mimic for calorie restriction. And so this calorie restriction is what they were saying about mimicking it. If you can find a mimic and actually reduce the calories without starving oneself, then you get the same result. So you get an increase of SRIT1, and then in turn, that gives you stability, and it also helps balance. It's, as I say, the sirtuin gene reacts in that way, and then this boosts the functions of the SRT1. Oh, spelling mistake there, sorry. It also enhances that stability of the DNA, so it's actually improving the stability of your DNA properly, but also it's suppressing any abnormalities within the DNA. So in turn, it's actually helping you lose weight as well, but mimicking the starvation mode. So it switches that gene on. So what does it actually do for you? It helps repair the genes. If your genes are repairing on a kind of daily basis because you're giving it the right nutrition and kind of working in harmony with your body, then it's going to increase your longevity. And at the end of the day, that's all what we want. We want to live longer and healthier, and not have to worry too much about how we do it. This is what I love about the product. It helps increase the endurance energy. This is ATP, and ATP, it's a strange name, isn't it? It's adenosine triphosphate, which is actually a chemical energy for cell metabolism. So when you're exercising, this really increases your endurance energy, and so it means you can go longer. So if you're working out, or if you're doing any long-term, kind of energy, extensive energy, needing that exercise, then that will help. It helps enhance the muscle strength as well. So if you've got enhanced muscle strength, your body's working better, it's burning more fuel, and it's just working at an optimum level. It helps reduce the muscle fatigue that we get when we do exercise a lot or expend a lot of energy. Sometimes your muscles just ache so much if you haven't had the right nutrition in place to actually help combat that the fatigue that you get with muscles. It also helps improve your coordination, and obviously coordination is important with pretty well everything we do. And so if you can improve that, it's only going to benefit yourself. It improves memory and reaction time. Now, we all know as we get older, we start to forget things, and perhaps our reaction time is not so good. So this is really working on the basis of it's actually giving your body the right nutrition to actually improve that memory and reduce the reaction time. So think as you grow older, it's actually going to really help, as we won't be all loopy. It also improves fat regulation. The fat regulation, you know, kind of, I looked at that, and this again, Marie was saying that, you know, kind of she lost weight on that, on the product when she first started it. And in fact, I think her partner, Rick, had to stop taking it because he was losing too much weight. So, you know, it's very, very interesting. He's an active person as well. So it's really interesting how it works on the fat within your body as it exists at the moment. But it also counteracts any elevated fatty acids within the system. So again, all these things are beneficial to our bodies. And if you're working at becoming fitter, healthier, this is a very simple way to improve those that situation completely. And there's more. I love that. It slows the sugar absorption. So when you do take sugars within your diet, in whatever way, it's actually going to slow that sugar down. So that sugar's not going to turn into fat. It's not going to be stored. It's going to be used. It's going to be used as energy. It also improves the resistance against chronic inflammation. Now, inflammation is really one of the leading causes of DNA damage within our bodies. And if we think about you know, kind of how many people have arthritis, who've got aching joints, all these things that constantly bother us and cause us, you know, real damage, because you tend to overcompensate. If you've got an ache in one leg, you'll overcompensate with the other leg, or in your back, you'll overcompensate one side of your back to try to support that damage that's happening. So again, if you can reduce that, then it's going to be beneficial to your system. The Resveratrol reduces inflammation at a cellular level. And I love the way that they formulate all these products. All of our products are so unique in their formulation. There's nothing else like them on the planet, as far as I'm aware. I've not seen anything. It's an absolute pleasure to work with products that actually do what they say they do, and are simple to take, as I say. As you can see, it comes in a little sachet. Just whip the top off. You can either put it on, I've got people who put it in yogurt, they put it on cereal, so you can do it in lots of different ways if you don't want to drink it. But it's also perfect to stick in the fridge and have as a drink in the morning. It's a gel, again, which is really simple to take. And knowing how to take it is one thing, and why they've produced it like this. As I say, it's presented in a gel form within the sachet. So there's enough in the sachet. The 30 ml sachet is one, you know, kind of a treatment, if you like, or not treatment, one dose. And so that's enough, you know, for you for one day. If you've got a problem, if you've got aching joints or trying to address something in particular, then this is literally, you need to adapt it to how you are as well. And it may be a kind of a couple of days before you actually, you know, kind of find out which is the right dosage for you. And it may be that you need to take a couple more to actually see, you know, almost like overdose on it, to then come back to a maintenance dose. But you'll find out which is the right dosage for you. And it's just having great results. And I've just seen in the chat box that, you know, Marie's had brilliant results. She had a back problem for 6 or 7 years and was in constant pain with it. And in her profession, she's a masseur, a beauty therapist. You really can't afford to have, you know, constant back pain. And she's really just knocked it into a cocked hat. She said that she takes this. She's had no pain now since a good few months now, and she's getting everyone on it because they can see the difference in her, and that makes such a big difference. when someone's testimony, you know that person, you kind of think, wow, what are you doing? I want someone what you're on. So much so, as she said, it's changed her mum's life. Her mum was in quite a bad place health-wise, and she's now taking product on a daily basis and absolutely loving it. So, you know, again, it's about energy and lifestyle and making sure that it's enhancing your life. So it's a fabulous product to take. There are 30 sachets in a box, so if you're taking 2 a day, you're going to need 2 boxes. But I promise you, every penny that you spend will be worth it, because the differences can be so exceptional, absolutely exceptional. I personally take 1, I see Marie's taking 1 too. If you know, if someone's really poorly, then they may need to take more than that. And you can, it's also, because it's in a gel format, it actually increases the bioavailability of the ingredients. And what I suggest to people is you actually kind of put it into your mouth and keep it within your mouth for 30 seconds or so. And the reason being is that mucous membrane within your mouth is such a fantastic place for your body to absorb as much as it can from the goodness of the product. So as much as people kind of take tablets or take something and slurp it down quickly, or you know, drink it quickly, just savor it. Just hold it in your mouth for a little time, and just get the best out of it. Tastes delicious, as I say. It's very fruity, and it's not sweetened with any nasties. It's just natural. It's absolutely gorgeous. It also allows the fact that it's being the bioavailability within the ingredients are actually better diffused through the system because it's in a gel format. And so getting through to that digestive barrier is really important, and actually making sure that it crosses over into the right place and absorbed into the right area. So it's not going to be eaten up by the enzymes in your stomach. So it actually gets through to where it should be and does the work. So people are having great results with so many digestive problems. I'm, you know, kind of Crohn's disease, can't even think of the other names, but all the ones that you commonly kind of think of, that's it. It will help those dramatically, and they're fantastic. The fact that they're in little sachets, they're perfect for traveling. You can stick one in your handbag, you can stick them in your case. Don't have any nasty drinks spilling everywhere, which I've had previously. So this is very simple to use as well. It's great. You can take up to 3 sachets per day. And the nice thing is that it doesn't matter what time of day you take them. They're not destined to be taken in the morning. It's just purely anytime you decide to take it, it's fine. So you don't have to take it with food. You can take it by itself. You can take it in a drink. You can whatever you want. A lot of people who are using the Zen Body mix the sachet into the actual drink, the shake as well, which is great. Make it a nice fruity shake. So it's Reserve, and the reason they called it Reserve was Resveratrol, so the name's similar, and it's at its finest. It really is. So they've taken a very simple idea of taking natural plant molecules to help switch up the genes on and off, to get benefits from their anti-inflammatory properties, the antioxidant properties, antibacterial properties. It also aids blood sugar normalization, and it also gives protection at a cellular level. It gives you more focus, more energy, and more concentration. They are stupendous. Everyone who takes them loves them, and you know, it's on our auto ship on a monthly basis because it's just fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So this is one of the testimonies that I actually wanted to share with you, and this was by a lady called Nadia Glisson in Arizona, and she was diagnosed with fibromyalgia 5 years ago, and was constantly struggling with pain and depression and feeling really drained. And fibromyalgia is one of those problems that, you know, can affect so many people out there. But if they're just given anti-inflammatories, which is really not too good. It has all sorts of, you know, kind of repercussions on it as well. So it's you know, it's trying the supplements that she had and diet changes. She didn't find anything to help her. So she tried Reserve, and just after her second day, her pain level dropped enough significantly and felt better than she had in years. And as she said, it hasn't cured her, but it's a blessing for her to be finally have days when she actually feels normal. And that's the thing. It's about telling people about your experience with it. And it's not a cure for fibromyalgia or any other problem. So, you know, everyone reacts so differently to supplements. So you have to address each one as it comes. Okay, type 2 diabetes. Now, this is one of our group. Angus, he's a 69-year-old male who's insulin dependent, and he started taking Reserve 1 sachet a day after much persuasion by his wife. He's now, I believe, increased that to 2 sachets a day, but he's also reduced his medication considerably, and he reckons between a third and a half. Now, I mean, that's quite dramatic when you're an insulin-dependent diabetic. But more importantly, he said it's improved his overall balance of the blood sugars. So he doesn't get the extra highs or the extra lows, which is more beneficial for him because he can control it easier. And as I say, it's not a cure, but it has improved his condition overall. And as I say, please remember that this is a food supplement and it's not designed to treat or cure. And if you are considering, you know, kind of taking it and you are on a regimen, you need to consult your healthcare professional and let them be aware that you're taking these products or you're going to be taking these products. You know, before embarking on a new regime. And we always say to people, you never, ever come off your drugs, off your medication if you're on them. You need to make sure that you're doing it properly and actually testing yourself, especially if you're a diabetic. Okay, we've got some meetings coming up, which I'm going to share with you too. And the first meeting is actually tomorrow night. It's Tuesday. And that's going to be up in Scotland. Now, we've got a few people up in Scotland. If you know anyone up in Scotland, then it's at the Westerwood Hotel, which is a 1 St Andrews Drive, and that's near Glasgow. And it's G68 0EW. And it's from 7 till 9. It's an opportunity meeting. And Julie Tatachuk, who's our GM of UK and Western Europe, will be there. It's free for guests and distributors. So if you have people in Scotland, please, please, please make sure that you actually get people along to this. Let them know that they need to contact someone there, or if they're not already signed up, try and get them to register and take advantage of the $1 with the basic package. So it means that they, you know, going to get a better value product as well. And the next meeting that I've got coming up is Tuesday, the 14th of June. And that's in London. Julie will be there as well, along with Craig Schultz, who's a Diamond Director from Australia. And that's at the rooms at Brown's, very posh place, in Covent Garden. That's 82 to 84 St Martin's Lane in Covent Garden. WC2N4AG. And that's from 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. And registration is from 7 o'clock. And again, it's free entrance, open to guests and distributors. So get yourself along and listen how it can help change your life. Because I promise you, this company is going places with or without you. We'd rather it was with you. And we would hope that you will be taking guests with you. It's an amazing company, amazing products, and it's just going from strength to strength. There's also a business opportunity meeting in Barcelona on the 28th of this month. So that's Saturday, the 28th. and that's literally just before everyone's going on the cruise, the Mediterranean cruise. So it's going to be 4 hours. If you know people in Barcelona, again, get them along there. We also, I just got a notification this afternoon saying that we have some new packages. And the packages are, I'm just going to bring this up on my phone so I can read it to you. Now these are packages that are available if you go to, as a customer, it's quite complicated. They're on the customer side, and if you go to UK, these are UK packages only. You go to UK and then packages as a customer, you will see the different packages available to you. And there are three new ones. We've got a new Nevo one, which is the Nevo Startup Sign-Up Package, which is $150.88 plus VAT. Then we've also got a Supreme, which is £349.42, and that will give you 60 days as a pearl, and it will also give you $100 to your sponsor as well. And then there's a jumbo package, which is £528.10, and that gives you a much larger a range of products, and that also qualifies you as a sapphire for 90 days. But that will give your client, would give your sponsor a first order bonus of $200. And then the ambassador package is £694.86 plus, these are all plus VAT, by the way, and that would give that would be a sapphire for 180 days, a lot more product, and $250 first order bonus to the sponsor. Just remember that in that packages there are now different variations of packages. They haven't separated out of the names, so you'll need to check which ones to make sure you get the right combination of products for you. These in Europe will be on. You'll be able to see those when you go into the Join Now, but it's only in the UK where you have to do it through the customer area first. If you need any more clarification on that, then give me a call or email me, and I'll let you know exactly how that works. We've also got some other things that are available for auto ship. So we've got 2 new auto ship orders which are available, and this is for anybody. So there's always ageless, which is 2 boxes of instantly ageless, which is $79.42, and then we've got ageless and moisture package, and that's $83.39, and then we've also got the reserve and the serum. So there are 4 options now for auto ships within Europe, and again, it's making the most of it and making the most of what you want. And remember that you can always do a prepaid auto ship. You can take out the products that you want up to a certain value, and that will qualify you for a set amount of time, so you don't have to worry about an auto ship. So there's lots of different ways to do this, and so hopefully that will be of interest to you. Okay, it's nearly time to wind up. It's just gone 35 minutes now. So what we'd like to do is thank you once again for joining us this evening. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for all being here, and it's lovely to see lots of new faces as well, or new names, which is great. So you can join us every Monday on our webinars at 8 PM UK time or 9 PM EU time. You know, we try to cover various topics, both product knowledge and personal development. For those of you who listened to last week's, Nigel's done for the last 2 weeks, he's done about prospecting. So that hopefully that's given you great value and service as well. If you need help in any way, then just contact us. We're always available one way or another. It might take us an hour or 2 to get back to you, but we will get back to you. So these are our details. So Susie Booth 564 is my Skype, or Nigel is nigel.booth1, and email, you see, vivre121@gmail.com, and my telephone number is in my UK number, which is +44 7786 868782. Thank you very much for sharing this with me this evening, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and we look forward to speaking to you next week, where I shall still be in England, and hopefully you'll be with us again. Look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.